Oh, who's put that there? What jerk was that? No one else but me been in here, so it must be someone else. Well, hello everyone, I'm High Treason, and we'll do this. It is this even right? 9th of May, I think it's right. Let me fix it. But I think these are for the 10th of May, these levels. Well, we'll find out. We're 23:30, right on now. Pardon me. There we go. I assume my CMOS battery's going flat. You know, I'll start the machine up at some point and it'll be like, there's no electricity left. And I'll be like, oh shit. So yeah, today we have Antisocial. It's the first map I've found. 1.3D. John N. Durley. Not a mapper I'm familiar with. He's made quite a few levels. This is... what is it, 99 this came out? Doesn't give a release date. It's weird how people don't do that back then. The first map from the original forthcoming episode, Duke Takes a Holiday. Ah! If I ever finish the fucking thing. Yeah, I know that feeling. It's been slightly altered for standalone play. Alright, really need a story. Well, I don't really need to, but yeah, you know, integrating in our society, an easy truce has been called, and life on Earth's been stable for a few years. However, military intelligence, two words combined that can't make sense, has uncovered rumours of a secret faction of aliens who are uncomfortable with the current political climate, and who wish to take matters into their own hands. Their plan? To pull off a complete takeover of the planet and its people using science, weapons and religion. Antisocial finds Duke infiltrating a recently converted warehouse that's been used as a cover for this new faction. Yeah, okay, that's not a bad story. Took a while to build, part of a larger episode. Alright, fair enough. Additional credits. The one true Doom colour, it was a Quake killer as well. It sold more copies, but people never remember that, do they? Quake's a fucking loser. Also which is weird, because all the industry copied that. It's a bit like laptops copy Apple, even though they've got like no market share, and technically fail, really, in that sense. Also indebted to the following people for helping. Alright, Matthew Bray Miller. I like his name, Bray Miller. Fucking Bray, you bruv. Mike Burrows. Lord Burrows, my ancestor, hear me. Bob Nichols. Lister.Rimmer. Oh, cool. We've got a Red Dwarf fan. Now somebody's been distracted. Look at this. That doesn't bode well. That really doesn't. Ah, the old mailing list. Yep, okay. It's just an unreliable server. I still need to fix my web server. Distribute the zip file. Tamper with the level. Alright. Yeah, no, it seems fair. Guy's not been a jerk. Join the Duke Map web ring today. Well, I could try, but I don't think you'd want me to. As in, I don't think it'll work now. Oh, cool. He has version history. That's pretty concise. Okay, but there's been a lot of time spent testing multiplier there, it looks like. Like I say, I don't like. Music's still on in this, we'll turn it off. I haven't had time to fiddle with it yet. Antisocial. Let's go. I don't know how long that intro took, don't really care, it doesn't matter. Thought the sound stopped then, because the pistol cut off early. But not fantastic texturing, but alright, fair enough. A secret, well, it was easy to find, so all the other ones will be impossible, yeah? Okay. It's weird, because I've got no music, and there's no ambient sounds, so... Now, you see, that's grossly oversized, but that's preferable to making them little and not illuminated. Like, here's the thing, right? If you're going to not do a great job of those, that's preferable. Because that, I can see it, from miles away. It's clear. Know it's there. Know what it does. You know, should open this door. You'd think it'd be the obvious thing. Now, that wasn't the problem in CBP. It was a SE7 not working in the water. That was preventing us from. I'm sure there was a door into that bit, but apparently not. But yeah, it was an SE7 not working. So, yeah, I don't know what that was about. Is this... Oh, there is monsters in here. Yeah, but I can't shoot them because the glass is in the way. But there is a mono. Look at him. Oh, there's more monos. Oh, there he is. Right. It's not pretty, that sky texture.
Who wants some?
I mean, he's ammoing me up and giving me nothing to kill. I don't know if I trust this. He's just going to throw lots of misters in my face. Oh, there we go. Here's a mister. I'd like a shotgun. Shotguns are good. Oh, this is similar to that other area then. I don't need a key for this one, apparently. It's a bit barbarians, isn't it? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. A little bit more. Just a little bit. Bitch, you sang the song's a whore. Probably, I don't know. Not a very good song. Got it. You sneaky bastard. I saw the laser. I love how people do this rather than plocking them on the walls. Which, I mean, 1.3... No, I reckon you totally could do that in 1.3. I could build a very simple mechanism to just hand them onto the walls with a shooter. Even this guy's got the shade wanks going on. Look at it, how it's got different brightnesses. If this is 1999... Okay, nothing wrong with that.
Who wants some?
You know, monsters coming up behind me, it's done a couple of times, but it's never felt unreasonable. So could this be an ugly map that's too big for its own good, but isn't going to be totally nasty? Now, I wouldn't put it past a map like this to just kill us through incompetence somewhere, but... 99... Yeah, here's something, right? Watch towards the top there, the top centre of the screen. You might not catch it. You can see, like, weirdness happening as the sectors undraw. Oh, no, look at that wankery. Don't really want to be using that. No, it's all working up. It's all working up. It's all starting to... monster us about. I don't have a shotgun. There's some at there. Look at that. What is that? It's like a hiccup in the wall and we get stuck on it. Is it because of the sprite bin up there? I don't know. It's been weird. I don't know about a yellow key either. You know, they probably can't hit me if I just do that. Ah, but they shoot me now.
Come get some.
Get some cum. Yeah, it's a bit behind the curve for 99. I was just on about this yellow key, wasn't I? A little bit behind, but I tell you what, there's something I've come to the conclusion of, is I always thought like my blood levels were behind the curve. Oh, led us back. Ah. Well, where that goes. Possibly nowhere. So yeah, that goes back through... Ah. Oh no, you jerk. That's it. Nil pla. We've got Dronny Dronnies. Ow! I was just a little bit too slow. That was my fault. I don't know where they've gone now. They've all wub-wubbed away. Ah, shit! It was worth investigating, though. Hey, what's in here, anyway? Maybe the stuff. Ah, shit. Where are you? You jerk. You can stay there. Yeah, fuck off. Stay there. Oh, no, I bet that... I don't know. I was saying something. Oh yeah, I thought my blood levels were behind the curve. Maybe they were in blood. Maybe Duke was just lagging behind in like quality of user levels. But I'm starting to think, you know, if I'd have come over to Duke 3D earlier, you know, I'd have been quite far ahead of like the average mapper. Like I would have been quite in advance of these people. You know, consider I would have learned, like, mechanisms and stuff years earlier, because I was already doing them in Blood, so I would have figured out how to do them in Duke. Hey, maybe people would have took me a bit more seriously than they did as well. But I'll tell you what, like, you know, from having gone back and played all of these, I remember a lot of people slagged me off when I got into Duke mapping, and, yeah, fuck all of you. Like, you know, it's a good job I didn't take none of this bullshit seriously that you came out with, because, you know, given the decade it was in, and sort of the average standard of what people were crapping out, you know, I wasn't off to a bad fucking start. You know, you gave me the impression like the standard's this high. No, it isn't. Standard's shit. Am I supposed to have found something that I've not found up there? I mean, there's that blue key, but... I'll give the map its due. It funnels us in the right direction pretty damn well. It really does have that going for it. It's not a very interesting map, though. You might not see this one. Oh, I get that unlocks something, but what does it unlock? Oh, who knows? I don't want to play with it because it might squish me. I guess I'm just not supposed to have it yet. Or this will be what does it in. This will be what turns a mundane experience into an annoying experience.
Where is it?
Well, I can see nothing. None that seems to fucking do anything. RPG ammo, A. Shoulds I be concerned? Maybe it's this door. Well, there's a mister. Alright, it leads me back through like that. This mapper demonstrates that they sort of know what they're doing. I wouldn't say they were totally incompetent. The map's too big for what's in it, and visually it's not very interesting to look at, but mechanically it's worked okay. It's given me more ammo than I need, which it's, you know, I don't mind when you give me too much, when you give me too little, because I'm not a bad shot, and when you give me too little, that's bad. Give me too much, well, it's not great because it removes the challenge, but at least it's not annoying, you know. That's a preferable scenario. This is doing nothing. This is through the there again. Is something supposed to open that, do you think? Is that this switch does? It's not obvious what that does. We'll turn it on. Strange how we can't go through there. Maybe that's to lead us back if we've gone there again. For something, do you think? So I don't see anywhere else I can go, really. Okay, should I be concerned here? Because it's sort of as if it's trying to send me to the blue key door, but we don't have that. Huh. Hello, piggy. Anything in here I should know about? Sector spillages again. You really don't see them as often as you used to. I think that's why you see how it grabs the player palette, the player T-sprite. Yes, the T-sprite, not the sprites. I call them T-sprites. You see, everything you see on screen here isn't actually the game world. Certainly not as far as sprites go. What you're seeing is the rendered world, which isn't necessarily the game world. So if I walk into a sector with a palette on it, like, you know, my player sprite will become that colour. Or so it appears, but in fact, it doesn't. And what you're actually seeing is the T-sprite, which is a temporary sprite, and that's the sprite been rendered. The actual player sprite returns palette 0, or whatever his palette is, like, you know, because it might be something different for, like, multiplayer. And that's why, when you run, like, if SpritePal in Concord, it doesn't go off when you run into, like, you know, palletized sectors and stuff. Well, that's part of why. Because that's processed before the temporary sprite, obviously. So there we go, technical inner workings of rendering the game. A little bit for you there. Pretty much surface level stuff, but I've not really heard anyone else who plays maps for this start talking about these things. So, hey, the exit's in there. Okay, this is all a little bit puzzling, like, you know, should I be seeing somewhere to the exit? We know that other thing's there. I'm just not sure where to go now. I don't know if I need into any of those other areas. It's all very strange, this level. Oh shit. Where do you come from? Ah. Alright, it's a bit of a back and forth. I'm not a huge fan of non-linearity. Like, when it's done excessively, it's starting to border on becoming excessive, but I don't think we'll be in the map much longer. Not a very interesting map, that's all. Oh shit. No, I got a PMK, I might use it. I thought I'd get rid of all the buzzing, but the audio noise changes when I look. It's mostly affected by the screen. There's a bit of technical advice for you. If you want to sit and record soundtracks from things, from the actual hardware, I really should do some more of those, shouldn't I? Because, you know, I got pretty good quality, but I'm about to tell you one of the secrets of how I get the good quality.
I needed that.
Unplug the monitor. Like, it helps if you have a program that'll just play the soundtrack for you, or you can modify the program, like the game executable, or scripts for it, or whatever. That'll be a big help. And, yeah, just unplug the screen. And if you know your way around the thing, you don't need to see it to operate it. Duke Nukem 3D, I could 100% operate the game blind. There you go. Yeah, player sprite palette is actually 0 or 3. One of the two, I would imagine. But you're seeing palette 6. I think that's palette 6. On the T-sprite and on the HUD sprites. weird, eh? I don't know what that does. Maybe opens the exit. It's the fastest way back, do we reckon? Bit of a maze. Ah, could have gone that way. I'm going to say there'll be misters. It's very good at that. Hey, that's cheating. So his pallet gets changed. Ours does if we get frozen, I believe. Ah, well there we go, it's done. It's a bit longer than it probably should, but we went on technical speak. Yeah, I told you we wouldn't find the other secrets, didn't I? I predicted it. Luckily, I don't care about them.
Ready for action.
I might just leave that one in. What did that say on screen then? I'm sure that didn't just say Void Zone. I'm sure I saw something like Max something. I don't know. I don't have the con files out, do I? Oh, I do. Alright, let's have a look. Let's not assign them yet. Let's have a look. Multiplayer 3 will be what I've seen. But that makes sense, because Face of Death's multiplayer only, so multiplayer 2, multiplayer 3, 4, 5. Ah! Okay, so we can see remnants of some old naming there. In 1.3. Interesting. Time we I reckon I got a time for another one real quick. There's a few maps today. So yeah, I'm not going to do all of them, but I'll have a quick look. I'll see what's there. Jitters. It's by John Hunt. That's funny because there was a map by Mike Hunt who came out today. Yeah, it was years later. No, shit, you know, it was the guy's name. He called himself Michael Hunt. Mike Hunt. Mike Hunt. Yeah. Possibly is. Another Highwire map as well, but it's too new for us to play. You know, I'm not really interested in playing it anyway. Or is it? No, it uses custom textures, and I don't do that. That's what it is. Right, anyway, made a few others maps, including New J, Space JJ, Buy Booze. I got shafted on that review. Try shooting the fast windows. Okie dokie. Maybe we'll have to play that sometime, because we know how silly reviewers are. T-GIF in town, my first map. And Noob, if you can't find it. Okay. Duke's called away from his much needed vacation. This keeps happening to him, and boy is he pissed. It turns out that there is an old run-down section of town that everyone forgot about. Yeah, it's funny how towns have those. Word has it that the aliens are experimenting on women. They're working closely with an old satanic cult who claims this area of town. Oh dear. Health kits are few and far between, so find other methods to regain health. As long as we've got water fountains and shit, we'll be fine. So he's just told us that's intentional. It doesn't feel like, you know, kludgy if that's what we end up doing. Very small underwater, there's no scuba gear, and there's a lot to do there, so watch your health. Lots of exploding walls, but watch out. If you blow things up in my face, I will turn the map off, okay? That's not how I do things. Episode and level. Not good formatting here. Anything you want it to be. Okay. Sinful Lepaya. Alright. How old was this guy? Duke match. Oh dear. Difficult set. Is he a French speaker? It's not that it looks particularly French, but it's the closest sort of the letter ordering. No, anyone know how? Yeah, try doing it in Shadow Warrior, it's a lot harder. Has its own key and everything. In Duke, you just use tags. Base, new, Can you guess what key it is in Shadow Warrior? You'll never guess. Editor, build, what else? On Blood you just have a tick box thing in for the X-ref, the X object. Which is pretty nice, because it's... In Duke it's this difficulty and upwards, and in Shadow Warrior I seem to think it's the same. In Blood you could actually have an enemy only appear on a lower difficulty. So you could have, say, you know, a cultist that only appears on difficulty 3 and above, and an X-zombie that only appears on difficulty 2 and below. You know, in Duke there's ways of doing it. You can build mechanisms to do it, like difficulty detectors. Dimension Shift has a difficulty detector, but I don't think it uses it for enemies. I don't remember employing it for that. But, you know, you can do it if you know what you're doing. Known bugs, none that I'm aware of. If you find any, tell me what they are and how to fix it. Alright, okay. That's reasonable. So he's probably tried. You can dispute this level, hack it up, change everything around. I doubt anyone will. If it stinks, dump it. Well, that's sincere, actually. Please give me credit. It took me about 2 months working a few hours a week after work to build this level. Thanks, I hope you have fun. P.S. My spelling ain't good. Please forgive me. Okay, no, you know what? That's sort of won it back a little bit. You know, that's that's sincere. Okay, Jitters. Let's give it a go. Says it's going to blur things up in my face, and I won't forgive it for that. If it does...
Somebody's gonna friggin' pay for screwing up my vacation.
Oh, this sky. This animating sky is a bastard. Because just randomly bits of it won't pan. And look at this, I think he's had problems with it as well. Well, it's such a shame because it looks so cool. I'll admit, if I ever do another episode, I've contemplated distributing it with a modified executable. Because from episode 2 onwards, like episode 1 has to be vanilla. The only thing I'm allowed to change is maps, midis and sounds. I can't change art files or code. For anything past my first episode, everything's allowed. You don't see these barrels often. Everything's allowed. And so I have wondered, you know, should I... I didn't see him. Should I maybe just distribute with a modified executable? Now I could get cool things like skies like that.
Where is it?
Turn around. It's doing a good job of looking like a really sort of grotty, run-down place. Okay, things are shaking. There's something gonna blow. Where is he? It's a bit on the dark side, but not as in episode 2 level 8. Oh, he does what I do, where this isn't looking into the previous area or anything. Could do with some health. That does nothing. Inactive switches are something people get mad at. I actually don't, because it's not really misleading. You know, the switch is jammed. And if there's a drop, that could be an issue, because I don't have a lot of health. And then he's down there waiting to shoot me. I wonder where that would go, that crack. Because there's a wall there, so presumably that's a different area. He could potentially hit me from here, but can I see any health, like hiding in a corner? Doesn't look like it, and it just uses blank on the floor. I'm wondering if it's really bad shading, if it's CK3D-esque shading, because a lot of his early stuff was overly dark due to a dodgy monitor. Or if something else is going on, whether this was like custom textures that he forgot he had. Now, someday we'll have another go at Dukem Memorial Hospital at Billy Boy level. And that actually has some really fascinating thing in that there's a tile 0 stuck in, randomly, sometimes with a palette applied, as a billboarding sprite. Why did I get stuck here? This is like a sprite or something? Is it an invisible sprite? Was this using custom textures and I forgot? Okay, let's be careful. Cunt. Don't do that again, buddy. Oh, look who it is. But the thing is, it's like... Ah, shit. Was Billy's map using custom textures and he forgot? And I'm not sure, because the thing is, Billy's levels are fucking weird. And the way they're built are fucking weird. And I've often questioned whether... Yeah, you know, I can get things he did. Pretty much every trick he did, I think I can do. It won't look the same, because I'm not the same dude and I have my own approach, and my Billy windows definitely seem to be built a bit different to however he did them. But they do the same things. And yeah, I've questioned a couple of times if he had some tool. Like, you know, and maybe that the tile 0s or things are... It's like, was this some sort of boundary thing? The way they're placed, you know, is odd. It's like, was this some sort of boundary for some sort of tool that you were using? You used them like a marker. Because the way his maps are assembled is very weird and very specific. And there are some really obscure tools for this out there from the 90s. I mean, there's one I vaguely remember that was a pain to use, especially because of the way sprite ordering and stuff was. Where, in the build editor at the time, you couldn't edit, like, you know, sprite sector numbers and things like that. So to fool those, you had to do some line erasing in very specific orders and things like that. But there was a tool that let you modify things like that, and it was a command line based tool. But it was a bit touchy, because you had to write the information down before you exited build. And, well, that's not really ideal, because it tends to shuffle the sprite order around. And so you could be editing completely the wrong sprite.
You wanna dance?
Oh, this is the 90s, alright, this level. Has to be done.
Shake it, baby.
You know, the aliens are going to experiment on you. They probably want that. You know there'd be at least some women out there, you know, in the universe of Duke, well, in our universe as well, who would enjoy the whole being probed thing. Some guys as well. Oh man, this sure is a 90s map. There's no way this ain't a 90s map. There's bloody texturing and everything. My cigarette won't burn. Do you ever have that, where you have a cigarette that just won't burn? You hold the lighter on it until about the last ½ inch of it is glowing red and has a flame when you pull the lighter away, and then it just immediately goes out again. Oh, is this the underwater area? Don't look like it. Yeah, where'd that come from? Man, this is fucking weird. I heard something.
Where is it?
Let's get in there. It's a window ledge. It's 2D window ledge, but it's a window ledge. That's pretty neat. It works from the distance. You know, that looks fine. I don't know what that lever did. Like, I heard something move.
Where is it?
I don't see anything. Oh shit, not the door. Goes through the walls. The hissing steam's ominous. Because the thing about the steam is it doesn't care if it can see you and there's a wall in the way. Its only check is distance. Which is a bit broken. I'm going to say Wazzy because I can hear him. And he's got vectors, so he's more concerning, the pig cop. He's got a vector weapon. Save over that trash. Yeah, this guy's shading is strange. It's very, very strange. It's got a nice atmosphere to it though, this map. It's a bit ugly, but the atmosphere is pretty good. All those weird intangible things that you can't quite put your finger on. Lighting's weird there. Now, is that a decorative crack, do we think? I don't think so, because look at the lines on the box. How did that not take him out? You just can't help it, can you? You had to put that last one there. Just be a jerk. That's a jerk thing to do, don't do that.
Like clean up on aisle 4.
Again, it's one of the things where the base game is masterful, because in the base game you tend to get an earthquake before an explosion. I mean, I triggered that explosion, and I now know what this map does, so I stood back, and it's fine, you don't need it for that. It wouldn't make sense for something like that. But, you know, something a lot of user maps miss is they just kaboom in your face. Like with the touch plate, so you can't see that it's going to happen. I've got something weird. I'll make it more weird in a minute. I've got apple and mango juice, and I didn't realise I had a full carton of it left from last time I went to the shop. So now I've got too much apple and mango juice, and I'm just going to have to drink more of it. And that really sucks, because I mean, I really like, you know, apple and mango juice. So having to drink more of it is just... Oh no, I mean, you know, that's going to ruin my fucking evening, that. That's totally going to ruin my evening. The devil. The devil. I bet that sounds awesome if you go in the water, that sound effect. It's a thing I intend to do at some point. By all means, steal my idea, I don't care. I don't claim dominion over ideas. If you make something inspired by something I built, then, like, I appreciate if you... There's a sector effector here. Look at that. There's either a sprite that's using custom tiles that I don't have, or... There's a sector effector there. It's probably a touch plate, actually. But it didn't go off until I stood over there. Yeah, you see I bounce up slightly. They're solid a lot of the time. Pretty weird, sort of, how they never fix that. Just force them to the C-stat 32768, isn't it, for invisible? Make sure bit 1 is off. A lot of walking through fires. But then it has actually healthed me up, okay, so far. I don't know if that'll last. I don't know about the underwater thing that it mentioned, and I don't know where this key's meant to go.
Where is it?
Duke Nukem doesn't take money, you see, that's pretty neat. So you know he's the real deal. He just doesn't swipe it. Like, he'll pick almost anything up, but money, he leaves it. I guess he doesn't need it. Oh dear. Oh shit, this way then. Something got smashed. Your mother. Yeah, if only this was 1.3 it'd heal us faster. My cigarettes still ain't burning. I can't have made it down more than another couple of bloody... I doubt if it's even 1/8 of an inch. He told me to do it.
God, you're pathetic.
You reckon?
You wouldn't shoot a lady, would ya?
Define shoot. Because depending on how you mean that word, I already did. Here we go with our binary counting again. Oh, there we go. So 2 and 8 is our number there. So you got 1, 2, 4, 8. So, you know, it's 2, and that's 8, so it's 10. 1, 0, 1, 0. Which is that one's easy to remember because 10, 10 is 10. I was arguing with a math teacher because we're doing work on powers of 2, so you know, I just expressed things in a binary number and just shifted them for like a couple of the problems. And it's a lot faster to do that because then it's just an addition problem, and it's pretty easy because, like, you know, it just binary is power of 2. Like, basically, it's base 2. There's, well, that's not real, and that's this and that. Cunt, I forgot. That's dark in there. I bet these doors will crush me as well. You jerk. You know, he insisted that's not right. You can't specify it that way. And it was quite baffling to me that a math teacher didn't understand that numbers don't actually exist, and they're a human concept, and they don't mean anything on their own, and certainly not on a math worksheet they don't. The only meaning numbers have is the meaning you've assigned to them, and they're just representative of something, you know, whatever we've assigned to them to represent. You know, I have this many bloody cigarettes, then I've assigned a meaning that it's a countable quota of cigarettes. But I can count them in any way at all. You know, I don't have to use a fucking decimal system to do it. I could use a tally system. The cigarettes themselves could be the number. You know, there's no rule.
Steals our chicks and lives.
And certainly you don't have to use base 10 to do everything. You know, use base 5 for some stuff, and he didn't like that. No, you can't do that. It's like, well, actually, you can totally do that. Represent anywhere you want. As long as I get the right answer, I just have to convert it back to base 10 at the end. Because even though you didn't specify, I assume that's what you're expecting. Yeah, that was weird to me. The more advanced sort of people, I'm not very good at math. This is the thing. I'm not saying I'm brilliant at this. I'm pretty terrible at mathematics, I've said before. And so this is probably why I resort to cheats like that. But, you know, that's the thing. Me not being that great at it, even I know this. And, yeah, people who are a bit more advanced at it, you know, professors and things like that, tend to not have that problem. Well, they tend to be very much aware that, yeah, alright, you know, anything can really be a number because you just assign that meaning to it in that context of that particular thing at that particular time. Weird shading. I mean, I can see the exit over there. I could probably trigger it from here, you know. Probably trigger that from here. Ah, I can. So I'm almost certain I could trigger that from here. Now this could be deceptive. This could be... Oh, jerk, he likes doing this. previous map did as well. There's just something about maps that came out on this particular date. I don't know what that switch did. Or was maybe this closed before? That's the exit though. I can hear piggies. Pig. Pig.
Cool.
That's a map. Took us about 20 minutes, I think. Wasn't that the exact same time the other one took us? I got one more secret out of 3 in this one. This one had less enemies in. Well, that wasn't super interesting or anything, but you know what? Like, that was an ugly map. Wasn't pretty to look at. Bit rough. But I actually enjoyed playing it. For the time that came out, because that was a 90s map. I'm sure that was a 90s map. You know, I think that was like 97, 98. Jitters. He didn't write it, did he? In the thing. I don't believe. Let's have a look. No, they never used to write it. It's so weird to me, that. Oh yeah, that 1997. So by 97 standards, if I downloaded that in May of 1997 and played it, I would have thought that was pretty neat. You know. Not fantastic, but pretty neat. Not bad. Not bad for the time. Did what it said it would do, you know? Wasn't super pretty about it, but it did what it said it would do. And it actually did it quite well. And I didn't even mind the whole thing of, you know, when I'd go in a room and come back out, there'd be a monster there. I don't mind that, because if you're going to do non-linearity, like birth maps today have done that, and, you know, the first one did it a little better, because it actually used it to steer you towards where you needed to be. And that's something I really appreciate, because a lot of levels don't do that, and it's a very good and simple way of steering the player somewhere, because when you do non-linearity, and there's all these interconnecting things in a level, which isn't something I'm generally a fan of. You know, people insist the original levels are non-linear. Most of them are actually quite linear. You know, not very non-linear. It's optional that you can sort of go back, connect somewhere, like blowing the gas bottles out in the arcade in E1L1. You don't need to go back there. Why would you ever do that? But you can do it as an option, and a lot of that's only there for the multiplayer modes. You know, it's just, you can still do it in single player. So that doesn't make the map non-linear, it just means you can open a connecting path. That's not the same. But yeah, you run the risk. The more non-linear you make it, the more confusing it becomes. So it's a very simple way of doing it, is placing monsters on, you know, the route that you've got to now traverse back over. And yeah, both maps today have done quite well. I might go for a third one, because I've got a little bit of time left. So I might do, but you may or may not see it, because it might not be any good. I don't know. Now we'll see what we've got. There's a Randy Pitchford Duke Match map today. So it's Duke Match, so we won't be playing it. But would be a bit interesting to look at it. It is just called Duke Match 1. But I don't think we'll bother. If you want to look that up, you can do that in your own time. I mean, we can see, you know, what 3D realms we're looking at that made them want to hire him. You know, and if it's not very good, we just assume that he gives good blowjobs. Which I think's the more likely option, because I think the guy's demonstrated time and time again. He has, I think my pinky fingernail probably has more talent than that guy. Certainly has more charisma. Okay. Well, we'll see. Let's see what Duval Magic was doing back then. This is 96. I'm not going to play this, because it is just a Duke match, but he's formatting shit for a start. Okay. Yeah, about 4 hours. Well, you know, I had to learn the engine. Stay tuned for more. For fuck's sake. He writes like a... I'm not even going to say that, because I don't think I can say that on YouTube. Right. It's for 1.3, but I have build installed only for 1.5, so let's have a look. See what it looks like. Pretty average. Actually, pretty really damn average. You know, you can tell it's his. Like, looking from things he built in 1.4. This feels about as rigged as the people who worked on Iron Fury. Very similar process. Came in, made like one map, and suddenly, you know, were hired. As if they were put up to it. And that's what this feels like. You know, oh well, just then we can say you're from the community because you technically released a level. That's what it feels like. Why do you put a drone when it's a multiplayer map? You did that just to be a jerk, didn't you? And a one slime. Yeah, there's some monsters. Yeah, I don't know then. Well, certainly not very impressive. I wouldn't have hired the guy based on this, that's for sure. There's like a whole underwater area there, apparently. I assume it's this. And I assume it has that resource-hogging Duval Magic signature sector. Oh, I used a different thing here. Which I think at least one of the 1.4 maps has that. But I don't remember. I don't have them extracted, so I can't look. Right, so anyway, yeah. If we end here, we end here. If not, Starlite Project. Here we go. 0.98. No email address. Yeah. You had AOL, but no email address. Well, that's a fair point, actually, because... Well, anyway, that makes sense. Starlight includes some of the most incredibly measured, planned and built lighting effects ever seen in a Duke Nukem 3D level. So you're a wanker, is what you're telling me. Okay, great. I've measured every shadow perfectly. I bet you haven't. We'll see. I shall fucking see. Made excellent use of cyclers as much as I could. Okay, so your lighting's going to be bad because cyclers set everything in the sector to the same shade value. Well done. So what you're saying is going to give me a seizure because just you've used them for everything you could, and you can use them on pretty much anything. So the whole map's just going to be fucking strobing. Also, this level's extremely lifelike because there's lots of ambient sounds to simulate various things. Well, that's all right. That's good. People that use them enough. That last map didn't use them. Used like maybe 1, 2. Single player has a sense of purpose, mission objectives, enhanced gameplay. Okay. Trying to do objectives, so that's good. Deathmatch is enhanced with numerous DM-only passages. See, that's distractions. This isn't what you want to do. Should have put that time into maybe not wanking with the shading. On top of all this, there's an event at the end of single player that will make your jaw drop. Well, hopefully your map doesn't piss me off too much and we get to see that. But you're really talking your own fucking thing now. You're blowing your own fucking trumpet. Polishing your own fucking doorknob a bit. I'm not liking this. I mean, this level's been accounted for. Truly a masterpiece. Yeah, fuck you too, buddy. Fucking Tom Rocks 10. What an egotistical prick. This guy's worse than Randy Pitchford. I mean, that's not his name. Stranger. I don't know that name from. Didn't we play one of his? I feel like somebody's going to be heading for my blacklist. Episode 11 Community's on the blacklist, if you remember. The community build projects, blacklist. Never play any of those. You'll never ever see a community build project on this channel again. That's permanent. Once you go on there, never do you get taken off it. So only work Duke 3D Atomic Edition. Oh, good. That's what I have. Yeah, well, we don't have music because somebody's been an asshole. Probably like you. Probably egotistical. 486 users might want to skip this map. It might go too slow. I'm on a Pentium 2. I don't think I'll have that problem. And if I do, then it's a problem. It's definitely a problem, considering some of the shit I've built that will run on this machine, albeit a bit slowly at times. I'm pushing the limits, years later, with better tools. So we can't compare the two. New level from scratch. Editors used. Okay, it does document bugs. Star texture in ground zone is screwed. It's a massive bug with no known cause. Any texture set parallaxing will screw it, except for big orbit space texture, which wouldn't fit the ground zone's motif. It's ugly, I know. Well, the problem is, you've used the space texture somewhere else. I assume that is one of the multi-texture parallax skies, and you can't just do that and then apply another one somewhere else. That doesn't work. And that was relatively well documented, so to say how much of an expert you're saying to me, you're not very well read on the subject, are we? Curate monies in the security chamber must be viewed from directly in front of them or it won't work. That's pretty normal. Also, the switch to deactivate security seal 2 cannot be him normally. You must shoot it. I assume you've put a pallet on a wall and forgot, or you've put a wall in front of it that's maybe blocked. We shall see. Do not use this as a base to build your own levels. Do not modify it in any way. Comments are welcome, but save any bug reports until the final version is released. You may distribute this map as long as this text file and starlite.con are included. Oh no, this has custom con files? Because I didn't see one of those. Oh, it does. You didn't send me a batch file with it though to work that up. Some of the most incredible... Ah, it's Notepad doing Notepad things. For fuck's sake, this is word salad. Now we need to learn to condense our writing a bit here. I'm not going to read this, I've about had enough. This is offending me. Ah, it adjusts the default visibility, that's all it does. Okay. 512 to 8. This gives you a limited view, thus ending the annoying blackout effects at long range. This does not give you a gamma correction effect, and it does not significantly alter deathmatch. The latter sounds like excuses to me. I'm not cheating, I swear. I'm afraid to use this because it will not conflict with the default con files over modem network. You don't say. Yeah, I'm sure you know all about that, don't you? I'm the best at Duke Match. I only use the bloody co-op camera hack. It's just how to modify those 2 bytes there. That's definitely not cheating either. You are Max Lazarus, the best, most well-trained EDF fighter in the history of Earth. I feel like he's self-inserting here. Through your entire life of fighting terrorists, mutants and criminals, you've never ever been in a situation like this. You say, I don't fucking care. Who cares? Who gives a fuck? It's a one-off Duke map. I really couldn't care less. You need to condense that into a single paragraph. Even this is long. I don't think any of mine were this long. And I am overly verbose. Right, well, I'll respect your fucking con file. But, you know, I don't trust you. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to modify mine. Might be in defs, it's not. Let's do that in case we forget. I don't imagine I would because it's a parameter I'm pretty aware of. There's no way to tag con files in from here. There you go. He says that's all it does, so this should make it identical to his con file, functionally. Let's have a look, get that frame rate up. Yeah, really careful with the shading now, aren't you? Look at that bright bit on the back of the wall. In the starting area, no less. You sold it up, so now I'm going to be observant. And now I'm going to tell you why you did it wrong. Well, here we go, right from the fucking start. And why is that a diagonal? That's a waste of a sector. You buffoon. I assume it was to make the bricks turn the corner, but you obviously don't know how to use the flip and relativity bits properly. And I see another line here. Look at this. That's the edge of a sector there. That's a wall that you're looking at there, where that little line tar is. That's wasteful. But look at the length of this light. This light goes all the way around the corner here and up to here. So, what sort of shadow is that going to cast? Is it going to cast a sharp shadow with light coming from all this length here, you know, or is it going to cast a soft shadow? Is the light going to sort of, you know, smoothly go around that edge there? Because let's consider you have, like, you know, a slice of light here is going to go around that corner, you know, quite far. Then a slice of the next one along. A little bit, not quite as much, and the next one along, not quite as much, until we go all the way over here. So you would have a soft light on this corner. This would be a soft light, and it would actually, because these bricks, I figure, are quite shiny by the way they look, bounce back. So you wouldn't actually have much of a defined line. It would just smoothly sort of pitter out as you went into here. So you didn't perfectly measure every shadow, you don't know anything about lighting, you're an idiot, you're a moron, and you just pulled your own fucking dick to make yourself feel good. And incidentally, this is one of the reasons we know the moon landing probably wasn't faked. Because that... the way the shadows are, they're too sharp to be from an artificial light source, or, you know, multiple light sources. They will not cast shadows the way they do in those photos. They could stage it. Oh, little credit card size switch. Well, isn't that fucking shitter? He's doing it before Pascal. This guy's out of the carve. Well, it's a secret. Okay, that's acceptable then, I guess. Hey buddy, you want to talk about shadows? What the fuck is this? Where the fuck is my ammunition?
Groovy.
I don't play this game, pal. I don't want to use up all my RPG. Ah, I see how it is. Oops. Well, we got a little bit of pistol ammo. You jerks. I don't see myself playing this much longer, I gotta be honest. Weird structure. Ah, wonderful. Bit late to the party on that one, fella. I don't have that gun yet. If I run out of pistol ammo, I quit. This fucking wankery. What a waste of fucking resources you could have used to make a better fucking level. So I didn't place any ammo. I used all the objects up on... Oh, great. Ooh, you are pushing it fine, buddy. You are pushing it bloody fine. You are... This is where I came out, is it? Oh, it looks that way. Well, that ain't doing me no good. We go in there. Ah! Here we go. Any misters? Anything? Your switch don't work. Oh dear. Guess what? Go fucking stroke your own dick on somebody else's channel. I'm not interested in that crap. Wasn't a death start so much as a death sort of carve there. Could I beat it? Yes. Do I want to? No. And after your egotistical bullshit in your text file, you can go fuck yourself. I'll spend my time pulling on my own dick and not yours. Not interested. Don't think you map anymore. I'm glad. Good fucking riddance. Don't come back. Well, that's what we've got for today. There's that Highwire one that uses custom textures, and I think there's one more, but we can leave that for next year or something if I can still record these by then. And yeah, no. Again, you've got to be careful when you write that text file, because there's going to be someone out there who's going to be like, you know what, that map looked a lot better than what was it called, Jitters. You're going to say, oh, well, that looked like a way better map than Jitters. Visually, probably, tend to agree. But you see, the Jitters guy, I was all for ragging on him, and then he just went on being sincere. You know, yeah, I'll make fun of him because his spelling's shit, and his formatting's a bit crap. And certainly, level design, very amateurish, but mechanically, it worked. It did what it advertised it would do. That guy doesn't, technically. Because, you know, he's going on about all his wanky lighting. Now, outside, you know, I think he's trying to make it look like daylight. So, arguably, it's not incorrect there. But I've said before, and I'll say it again, I'm not in the mood. I don't remember for sure if I played one of that guy's levels, but to be honest, if that's the general turn of them, I'm not very interested, and so I think I might just blacklist that mapper right now, so we don't have to worry about it again. So, no more levels from Stranger are going to appear on this channel, because I'm not in the fucking mood. And the general standard of levels for this game is pretty pants, I've got to be honest. Far worse than I remember. And, yeah, I mean, the standard of levels for Doom is a lot worse. That's about as shit as you can get, but yeah, for this, pretty bad. And quite a lot of egotistical jerks involved, and I just don't have time for them. You know, I mean, the temptation's there, right? Let me sit back down. Let me give a serious talk with you. As somebody who builds levels for this game, and somebody who, you know, I try to innovate. I try to do things that haven't been done before, and I'm running out of things I can do. Never once have I been an ego prick in my text files. You know, except once I did it, just to be a jerk. Specifically, I did it on purpose. I think it was in school tour, or I did some snide shit because it was the last thing I was making for E-Duke, and I wasn't even going to finish it. I came back and finished it. I think I made one snide sort of, you know, self-aggrandizing remark. Just to perk people the wrong way. I don't do it. I try not to do it. Because it doesn't actually feel good, you know. Because I think when you do that, you're a little bit insecure. And I don't want to feel insecure. And if you build that self-image, you know, that you're this great thing, and you tend to shut off anything that challenges that, which is what the guy who maintains the port is like, a little bit. You know, you've built your own self-image on lies, and that's very fragile. So now you've got everything to fear. And so you have to shut things off, and that's not happening. Shut the door on it. It's not happening, because the slightest little thing is going to destabilise that view of yourself. And that's not good. And I don't want to be that way, and I don't want to feel that way. So I'll just try and give you an honest thing of what it is. When I write it, I'm not saying I'm perfect. Of course I'm not. But you know, I'm just telling you how I look at it. And I think it's a healthy way of looking at it. Because it's what most people do. Most people who build levels, if you open up, you know, the text file for nearly anyone's level, you will just get, this is what my level is, this is what it does. I quite like this bit. I like how that turned out. I'm not very happy with that bit. And that's fine. You know, you can say you're quite pleased with how something turned out. Don't start being a fucking jerk and stroking your own ego like that, because now you're just making me lose interest. I mean, let's have one last look in that file, right? Let's have a look at the proportion. That is gnarly. XGA resolution, almost a full fucking screen from a guy who doesn't even have an email address, trying to tell me is the fucking best. If you were that good, you'd be making loads of money, and you'd be able to afford a fucking mailbox from your fucking momnet there, AOL. I can say that because I'm an AOL user. It just makes me think of, like, middle-aged women. Well, now sort of going on elderly, I guess. AOL. Always has. Just has that vibe about it. So, you know, that is your, that is nearly a full screen of that. You know, and then we've got excuses, and then we've got self-inserts, and walls of text. So that is quite a proportion of, you know, a percentage of the text there. Isn't really telling me about level very much. It's more telling me about yourself, or how you want to be perceived by the outside world. This is why I think you cheat in Duke Match, why I think you probably cheated. And you would just quit the game if it looked like you weren't going to win. You know, strike me as that kind of person. Very fragile. Not healthy. It's not a good way to live. You don't want to be that way. I hope you got over it, because, you know, nearly 30 years ago, a lot of time to mature. And everyone goes through patches of different ways of thinking and feeling in their life, and we all do stupid things. Some of us more than others. I mean, I should fucking know. So, you know, but that's something to bear in mind for anything you want to do. That doesn't just apply to Duke maps. You know, don't be that way. Unless you're trying to do something in, like, marketing or something. You know, there's certain times in, like, a business environment where you have to kind of talk yourself up. But a hobby thing on the internet, what's the point? Because you're just trying to impress a bunch of, you know, 30, 40, 50-something-year-old nerds. Right on. You're so fucking great. I'm iTreason. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again in the next one. Won't be seeing any of that guy's levels again, though. And, yeah, I'm going to do something else. I might go out on my bike, but I'd kind of like to do that when the sun's up for once. So maybe I'll just hope the weather's good tomorrow. Oh well. I'll probably just do some level design myself now. I'm onto the boss map. So, that's going to be hard. Fun though. I'm out of here. Ta-ta. Yes, I've got a quick note about map reviews and stuff, because you've heard me make snide comments a few times about this, and I want to tell you that this isn't... I don't think it's misplaced. So Antisocial was the first level we played today. It's from 2000, and you see how ugly it is. I was going to chop it down in the video and make the video short, but I'm going to keep it full length, just so you can see the whole thing, just for this to make total sense, what I'm saying. Score's 80. It was reviewed by Puritan, who I doubt played it, so I think he's just made that up. Our next one was... how much did he give Randall's? That hasn't been reviewed. Jitters, which was the map I preferred today. It's older. It's from 1997, so the standard's a bit lower in 97. 77 is that all that got. 77 points. Now, I thought it was a fun map. You know, not the best looking, but shoddily built. Mechanically, it worked. Mechanically, it was functional. You know, I actually liked it better than Antisocial. And it might have actually been slightly better built than Antisocial in places. They're pretty even. Now, Starlite Project. What do you think we gave that? It was Forge who reviewed this one. I like Forge. You know, as far as people on the internet go, I quite like the guy. But that's not going to stop me bashing on you. 90 fucking points. Are you fucking right? Are you for real? Because I tell you what, if you look beyond the point I played in that map, I had a quick look in the editor because I wanted to find the defective switches and that the author mentioned. I don't know where they are, but I wanted to see if it was what I thought it was. I can't find them. I'm going to sit in the... I still have that open. Holy crap. Yeah, shit, let's have a quick look. Oh, look at this. Thin fucking corridors. Thin fucking corridors. No fucking detail. You know, so more fucking thin fucking corridors. No fucking detail. Yeah, what a detailed fucking map. The effort ran out very quickly. And indeed, you know, I was right. Big orbit space texture is used in the map. So that's why your parallax won't work over there. well-documented problem, but you know everything, so what do I fucking know, right, stranger? What would I fucking know? I'm just a moron, right?